Hello YouTube, Penny Most of Perfect Partners Equine here, and we are in Custer, South Dakota today. Come along with Joe and I as we hit the trail and take you with us as we ride in Custer State Park and to Mount Rushmore. But first, we have to give our horses a day to acclimate to the elevation in Custer, so we take a visit up to Rapid City and go to Fort Hays. Fort Hays is known for their movie set from Dances with Wolves. They have one of the outpost buildings there and the desk and everything that you see at the beginning of the movie. They also have some really cool little shops in and around the area there at Fort Hays, and they have like people working in each one of the shops showing you how things were made back in that time period. They have a blacksmith shop. They have a rope making shop where the guy shows you how to twist the jute rope. It's really cool. All the kids gather around and get to watch the guy make a rope. And they have, of course, some gift shops. Like all places have gift shops, but it's a really popular destination for tourists in the area. And it is in Rapid City, and of course you see they've got a lot of big rig parking. They've got room for buses, RVs, big trucks, things like that. So it's a great location to come and visit while you're in the area. And the one thing I always have to check out when we're here is I have to make my way back here to the back of the little town here of Fort Hays. And there's the gem mining shop. We're going to come back there here in just a second. But I always have to come down here to the back and see my little wimpy double that they've got hooked to the little cart back here. Or the carriage, I guess is the technical word for it. But there we go. That's what Wimpy would look like if she was hooked to the Cinderella white carriage. I think she'd look pretty good, so maybe we'll see that in her future. They've got some really cool antiques and old cars. Now let's head back over to the gem mine. You're going to love this guy. He's really cool, and check out the little girl's expression when he helps her out.
Get out of there, Sam. 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 There you go. Now, get out of there, Sam. Now you can start to see your stone. You just take one of these pans here, each of you. So you don't have to get all the sand coat. No.
It's so good to see kids doing something besides video games or watching TV. So this is a really great place to bring your kid or your children if you have them with you on a trip. Another attraction that the kids really like is this pump outside. They climb up those steps and they hand pump the water up, and it dumps out into this bucket and splashes and makes lots of noise. They really do like it. And if I was a kid, I'd get up there and do it myself, but they may not like me doing it as an adult. At Fort Hays, they also offer a show. Check out the classical violinist as she tries to bring a little class to her group of Fort Hays band members. But my favorite part is always the finale with the tribute to the flag. It just always gives you goosebumps. It makes you proud to be an American. Now it's time to hit the trail, so we made a short day trip around the camp and checked out the views and the sights there. Then the next day, we loaded up the trailers and we headed over to Custer State Park. And look who we ran into on our way over there. He was about a mile away from where we were going to unload and ride out of.
Oh, he's got flies are after him.
Yeah.
He's mad. Wow. Oh. Hey, big boy.
Do inside of your trailer.
Yeah. Hey, big boy.
Don't look right out.
Riding in Custer Park is very scenic. It's like prairie riding. You get to see, you kind of feel like you're in the Dances with Wolves movie or Little House on the Prairie. Our fearless leader, Joe, was scouting out some trails. We did a little just sort of trail hunting. We kind of had some time to kill, so we thought we'd snoop around a little bit. So Joe went up the mountain here to check it out to see if we could get to the other side, but he said it was a no-go, so the rest of us, we watched as he climbed up and came back down. We love riding over here in Custer Park. Sometimes we run into the buffalo, and on this particular day, we saw lots of buffalo traces. We saw where they had been. We saw buffalo hair on the trees, tracks, and manure. But unfortunately, we did not find any buffalo on our ride on this day in Custer Park. But that's okay. It's still always fun, and it's a beautiful place to ride, and we love it. Next up, we're getting our paperwork filled out to head into the wilderness, and we're headed to Mount Rushmore. The weather is perfect today. It's not too hot, it's not too cool, and we've got 6 miles to go to reach our destination. So here we go, and we're headed out the trail. The trail had lots of beautiful rock formations, as you see here on the trail. Just beautiful. And the footing for the most of the trail was pretty good. You'll see in some of the video, it's really nice, hard-packed paths with some rocks in them to keep like from washing and stuff like that. And it's a very clear trail for the most part. There's only a couple of places here and there, maybe 3 or 4 spots, that it's a little bit muddy and boggy, and there's some trails that go around some of those spots, and then some of it you just have to ride through the wet stuff and the rocky creeks. So, but otherwise it was a pretty good trail. And when you run into folks on the trail, it's really cool. When you run into the hikers, they move off to the side and let you go by. So horses kind of have the right of way. We did run into one little problem as we were on the way up the trail in this rocky creek bed. We had a blowout. Oh no. That's what happens out here in the mud and the rocks and the roots and the black mud. The shoes get sucked off. That's why we carry provisions for just that type of situation. So we're going to pull over up here and repair a flat. Oh, tough. The mud has sucked his shoe off. We got Tough all patched up and we're back on the trail, headed to our destination, Mount Rushmore. This is the first time we've made it all the way to Mount Rushmore, and we've been coming out here several years, and for certain reasons we weren't able to come. Sometimes the trails were just too bad to travel on, but we're excited and we're almost there. We don't have too far to go now. We know we're at the last part of the trek. Just got to climb over a few more rocks here and there. Nothing too treacherous, but we're almost there. Yeah, there they are.
can see him up through there.
We've got them in sight. We just have to ride up this trail here a little ways. They've got a little area for you to tie off and some picnic tables up here. And it's closed off after a certain point, but we can ride the horses up to a certain spot up here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There they are. Here, right here. Look, Wimpy, right here. Right there. Look, look, look.
We took advantage of the photo opportunity and made some of those once-in-a-lifetime kind of photos that you'll remember forever. We let the horses rest up at the hitching rails and kind of catch their breath, and we all had a snack and something to drink and hung out with the local guy there riding a paint horse and chatted with him. And you'll notice you'll hear helicopters going over, especially when you're in the area of Mount Rushmore or Crazy Horse, and that's because there are helicopter tours that they do everywhere. You'll see advertisements, so there's always helicopters flying over. Well, I'm so excited that we made it. We finally made it to Mount Rushmore on horseback. You can see it from the road, you can go and take the tour, but there's just something different about seeing it from the back of your own horse that makes it special. So we spent a little more time here hanging out and resting and chatting with the gentleman that we met on the trail, and then it was time to saddle up and head back, the 6 miles back. And this trail is really pretty. Like I said, the condition of it is not bad at all. There's a couple of spots that are a little challenging, and we're going to cross a bridge down here, and that bridge was built over some of the really bad spots that was in this trail. This is a part of the wilderness, so it's not like a bridle path, but it's not bad at all for a wilderness trail. But check out this little bridge, and it really made a difference, because if you'd had to cross the trail without the bridge, I could see where it could get a little nasty, because it's kind of like a gully and a bog in there. But wow, we finally made it. We made it to Mount Rushmore. We're so excited. And I know the horses will be glad to get back and take a rest, but they've done a great job. Well, we're going to end this video right here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share our video. And stay tuned for our next video as we ride to Harney Peak in South Dakota with Perfect Partners Equine. Living the dream on the back of your horse. Happy trails.